Yeah, I'm going to stick with the grass. I got a guy here. He mows the grass. And do we have a husband that liked to mow the grass? Loved to mow the grass or had to mow the grass, I would say? Nobody with grass here. Yeah, I mean, none of you have grass?
Maybe that's the grass.
Oh, okay, let me see. Okay, so if I take the relationship out and it's not a husband, a father. Do we have a father that likes to mow the grass? I know I got a guy here that likes to mow the grass. Yours did? Loved it. The grass, because when your loved ones, the first thing they give me, it means something. So it's something about that. And he gave me grass, so I got to own it. I know he mows the grass. Would that be your father or your?
Might be, yeah, he loved it.
Yeah. Okay, he loved it. Okay, so I don't know. Let's just see. Let's just hang on there for a second. Okay, so I have a gentleman here. I really like to mow the grass, and I feel like he would have wanted to have one of those things you can ride. Like it might have been a dream of his.
Maybe.
Do you know like those deer things? What do you call those things? One of those. Like he was kind of into it. Like I feel like he would consider getting one of those if he could.
Maybe.
Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what he's making me feel like. He's also giving me trees. So did he plant trees or was he into trees? Yes?
Yeah, he loved to garden.
Loved to garden, wonderful, because he's also giving me these trees. So I know he would have planted trees or spend time in the yard, yeah? But would you understand trees too?
Yes.
Yes, trees. Okay, because I got trees, I got to make sure it's trees. Okay, perfect. So, all right. So I have a father here. I know that I like to cut the grass, and I'm really into it. And I also, I plant trees, or I like to garden, like trees. I like to see them grow. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So perhaps maybe I'm with you. So let me just see if I can get something else here. And your dad is on the other side, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Did your father like to spend a lot of time in the sun, outside?
Outside.
Because I feel like I like the sun on my face. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Because he's got me out there like after a hard day. I like to just sit out there and have a drink and be out in the sun. Would that make sense? I don't know if it's alcohol. I'm just like when I say drink, I don't want to assume that I'm thinking that, but I feel like I like to sit out there and be in the sun and be like that.
Yeah, I like to enjoy the yard after he cut the grass.
Thank you. There you go. Right, so you didn't like, okay, chore done in the house, let's go to the mall. Like he would want to enjoy his,
Right.
he would be outside. Perfect, okay. Wonderful. Do you have a memory of planting with your father?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because he brings me to like a little garden that the two of you did together. Would you understand that you would plant together?
Yeah.
Yes? So I feel he kind of would teach you a little bit of this, yeah? Do you have a little garden? Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So he's bringing this up as a memory that the two of you did together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, wonderful. And, Has your father been gone a while?
He has.
Yes, because I feel very much that it's been a long time. There's been some years with you that he's
Yes.
missed. Can you understand that? 'Cause this is what he
Yes.
shares. But I want to say that you have a piece of, do you have his watch?
Yeah, I do.
You do, yes, because he tells me that you have. In the microphone, please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, because he tells me that you still have his watch, and although he's been gone a really long time, you have his watch.
Yes. I do.
Yes. And I know from time to time you take this watch out. That
Yes.
makes sense? So he wants you to know that as you take the watch out, he stands beside you. And he knows that you're looking at his watch. And as you do, you think of him. Yes?
Thank you, yes.
Yes. Wonderful. So your father wants you to know that. Let me see what else here. Yeah, it's her. No, I'm not done yet. Yeah, I know. Oh, let me just see what else I want to get from your dad here. He tells me that you're very much like him.
Exactly.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. I need a little thing on my head. Mic to the mouth. He tells me that you're very much like him, and but I want to say like in personality as well as looks. Would that make
Yes.
sense? Yes?
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, it's not just like I have the same similar personalities. I also know that I
Yes.
look like him too. So I know you really are two peas in a pot. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And he makes me aware that his passing was very devastating on you
Yes.
and that you struggled for a very long time after his passing.
Yes, I did.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And he tells me you were a bit lost
Yeah.
when he passed, that you struggled.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I don't think he wants to talk about your wedding. Was he not at your wedding?
No, he
Yes,
wasn't.
because he's talking about your wedding, and he makes me aware that it was missing, but he wants you to know that he was there. He wants you to know he was there, because I know you wished he was there, and he comes forward today to say, I was there.
Yeah, he
Okay.
died 6 months before.
6 months before your wedding. Okay, well, he was at your wedding, so he wants you to know that, okay? Him. He's just talking about how beautiful you looked at your wedding.
Aw.
So he just wants to share that. That's so sweet. Did you used to go on road trips with your dad?
He used to like to drive.
Did you drive places with your dad,
Yeah,
like-
he used to love to drive.
Yeah.
When he wasn't mowing the lawn.
So we got mowing the lawn and driving. Okay, good. Wonderful. Okay, so he's sharing about these, that you would talk a lot in the car,
Yes.
because I know you would be with him when he would do these drives.
Yes.
So, he's talking about that as another fond memory of the two of you kind of being together and bonding and having some nice jokes. And did you used to fight about the music or something, or was there singing or music or something
Yeah,
in the car?
I
The
think my
singing?
brother and I didn't care for his taste.
Music, right, for the music, because he's like, there was a kind of a fight about that, like, yeah. So he's laughing about that, but please know he shares it as a fond memory that you have as well, yes?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And was he one that liked to look at like scenery?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's got me looking out at the scenery, and I'm looking at the scenery, I'm like, God, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He liked to look at horizons and sunsets and things like that, right?
Yes, uh-huh.
And he would sometimes pull over when he caught one with you. Do you have a memory of
yeah,
that?
I do.
Wonderful, because he's sharing that, because he's got me pulling over in the car, and he's like, come on, get out, kids. Oh, look at this, look at this. Can you understand
Yes,
that?
definitely.
He shares this as a memory of something that the two of you guys, did together with the drives, the sceneries. Do you sometimes look at the sceneries
Yes.
and think of him?
Yes, I do.
Because he tells me he knows this. And
Yes.
to know that he's with you as you're thinking of him, looking at the sunsets and the sunrises or the scenery. And I know you think of your father, and he wants you to know that he's aware of that. So know as you think of him, he is right beside you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Lovely?
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.